Hello and welcome to the tournament, DCOMs. Can you see and hear us? Please let us know.
I think you can, maybe.
Oh, Julie, thank God.
Woohoo! Worked.
Yay! All right, so today we have, of course, the tournament DCOMs. If this is your first time watching the tournament, this is the show that we do that you can basically, let's see. Great. This is the show that we do that we pit movies, TV, something else against each other for a total of 4 rounds, and they all compete for the Peabody Award. I am Momo Scariot on basically wherever you have social media, and this is
Bobby, the afternoon special, and pretty much everywhere. Yeah, at the afternoon special. But
and
that's me.
thank you, Bobby. And Bobby, this was the first time you were in charge of it. How was this process picking through all of the DCOMs, which there are, I think, like 60 plus?
Yeah, well, there were 60 plus that I had shaved down. There are like probably over 100
Yeah.
now. But I think it was hovering around like 80 or 90 when I stopped in 2013.
Yeah.
Um, so, but it was fun. It was exciting just to see how many DCOMs there are. So I hope that we have a good list here to work through. So we'll see.
Yeah. I stopped watching DCOMs in I think like 2013. So we really
Same.
tried to keep the list to where we stopped watching.
Hmm.
Uh yeah, Disney Channel. I don't know what happened. It used to be the spot. There was a really like I would call it the golden age, which was like 20 no, not 2005, 2005 to 2007.
2005.
2005. 2005 to 2007, which had like I want to say some of the best DCOMs. I think those were cinema. That was cinema. That wasn't just a movie.
That was actually cinema. Like once
Yeah,
I got to around 2002, 2003, that's when they were churning out the hits. Like they were
exactly,
going
exactly.
back to back to back. So we're gonna go through we're gonna go through most of these today, but there were too many great
Yeah,
DCOMs, so we have to split this episode. So this is part
yeah.
one
And if
of the
we're
best.
being honest, there were some like early misses. I don't think it made this list, but there was like Buffalo Dreams, which was a very strange DCOM. To put it nicely, it was basically it was like supposed to be like its first one with a Native American cast, but I think it ended up being like a white savior movie, and it was just like honestly, it was a miss. I don't think Disney Channel has played that movie since it originally aired, for good reason.
Oh yeah,
But
definitely.
it's not on this list, so we don't have to worry about it. But you know what? Let's go ahead and start. First thing on the docket, Now You See It versus Let It Shine, both of which incredibly forgettable movies, except one of them had a Disney, I guess, star child, Allison Mashaka. Is this Allison or AJ? Allison Mashaka,
That's Allie.
who is in just about every DCOM that came out in like 2005, and I think that's both Cowbells and this one.
Yeah, she was in both, and she had Phil of the Future,
Phil of the
and
Future.
like
She was booked
her
and
and her
busy.
sister's music videos were on Miss Mashaka was getting a check.
She
That's what she was
was.
here to do.
And then Let It Shine. I don't vibe with the premise. The premise makes little to no sense. He was hiding his rap career from his family, but then his friend stole his raps to get the girl he liked. This is just a mess. It's
They
just a
had to
mess.
give these young black stars the most nonsensical
It made no
storyline,
sense.
but it wasn't the problem is it wasn't
And
even like campy nonsensical. It was
that's
just
correct.
bad.
Like Now You See It made no like literally no sense at all because they were like looking for teenage producers, but like they weren't looking for producers. They were looking for teenage acts because you couldn't be a producer without something to produce.
Yeah.
So that's where this magic kid came in and he was just like, I'm just a little magician. It turns out his magic is real. And then there was some kind of showdown magically. And then he disappears and nobody knew what happened to him except her. It it was camp. It made no sense, but it was camp, and that's why I want to vote for Now You See It.
I will agree with you in voting for Now You See It. I'm so sorry, Let It Shine,
Like Coco
but
Jones, you deserved a much bigger check than what they gave you.
much bigger, much bigger. Because that I don't know what that was, but you should have been compensated fairly for your time for sure.
I agree.
All right, so Now You See It advances. Let It Shine shines no more. let's,
Bye.
let's move on. Okay, so next up on the docket, we have. Let me know if this showed up.
Return to Halloweentown versus Lemonade Mouth. This one is easy. I don't think we really need to deliberate, but just to remind everyone what these two movies were about.
Okay, so I feel like we're all pretty much up to speed on what Return to Halloweentown is. This is the one, if you follow Halloweentown lore, that famously has a different person playing Marnie, and it's our Discovery Kids queen, Sarah
Sarah
Paxton.
Paxton of
Love
Darcy's Wildlife.
of Darcy's Wildlife. So when she
That is
showed
so
up,
niche. If you are watching this and you know what show that is, I love you.
we are Discovery Kids girlies.
Yeah.
This is a Discovery Kids stream. But basically, the one sentence synopsis is Marnie and Dylan are going to follow their dreams to college at Halloweentown University, which is known as Witch University. It's just basically Marnie goes to college. And Lemonade Mouth, which I feel like people are obsessed with this movie. I personally did not see the hype, but you know, who am I? So it's 5 high school kids, Olivia, Wendell, Stella, Charlie, and Mo, meet in detention and start a band based on the lemonade vending machine outside of the detention room. So that's Lemonade Mouth.
Wasn't like one of the major storylines is that someone's dad was in jail?
Probably. And I think they were like, how can we do the Breakfast Club, but let's put some music in there. And that's
Like,
basically
how,
what Lemonade
how
Mouth.
can we do the Breakfast Club without getting sued and paying royalties?
Lemonade Mouth.
Yeah.
And it's also a food thing. Yeah, they really tried to circumvent that. Good for them for figuring it out.
Good
but
for you.
I feel like this is another case of I feel like we're on the same page, but we may
Yeah.
not be on the same page.
Like,
I don't
obviously,
know.
we're passing through Lemonade Mouth. Like, Return to Halloweentown didn't even have Marnie.
Duh.
Are you serious, Bobby? Are you serious?
Yeah, we're passing through Lemonade Mouth. We were totally on the same page with that.
Are you serious? You wanted to push through not Marnie? I know I love Darcy's Wildlife, but
I'm sorry
like,
that I'm the only one who's going to be loyal to Sarah Paxton. I'm so sorry about that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you because no, Bobby.
When it comes to music-based DCOMs, Lemonade Mouth wasn't giving me what I needed personally. When the bar is set so high by like the Cheetah Girls in High School Musical, Lemonade Mouth just wasn't what I was feeling at the time. But I can acknowledge that it was good.
I
So,
can
I'm not gonna
acknowledge
fight you
that
on
it was
this.
absolutely not worse than Return to Halloweentown, which I can't even recall a single thing that happened in that movie.
I remember enjoying it because I like Sarah Paxton. They had the one Jesse McCartney song, You Got Me Right Where You Want Me. I loved that song at the time. It's associated with good memories. I'm so sorry. I'm so
Sorry, Bob. No. Oh, the way the like 2,000 peoples would just tear you apart for trying to eliminate Lemonade Mouth in round one.
Whoa. Chat, look at me. I didn't really make an argument for Return to Halloweentown. Momo, you're trying to get me ate up in these comments, and
I'm not trying. You wanted to push the Return to Halloweentown.
No,
that was not me. That was you.
I just said we weren't on the same page. But did you hear me saying, no, Return to Halloweentown should go? I said, of course, Lemonade Mouth should go in. I just want to give my flowers to Return to Halloweentown.
Okay.
You saw
Okay.
that chat trying to get me lit up in these comments. I will not have it. I will not stand for it. But no, of course Lemonade Mouth should go through.
Okay. Now that we're on the same page.
You hurting my feelings. I trying to get me lit the fuck up in these comments. Okay.
That's not what was
So
going down.
wasn't it? Wasn't it?
No, really
Anyways,
wasn't.
I can't be slandered again for my choices and my actions. I can't do it. I can't do it. All right, next up. This one is going to be a real quick one. It's a no-brainer, I think. I hope.
Oh, of course. Of course. Radio Rebel versus the Cheetah Girls 2.
Too.
I think maybe just give people a rundown of what happened in both of these movies just to like jog our memories, because there was 3 Cheetah Girls movies and just 1 Radio Rebel for a reason.
Yeah. Fun fact that I found, Radio Rebel is like one of the only DCOMs that's not on Disney Plus.
Really?
And it was on Netflix of all things. Because
Why?
before Disney Plus, you couldn't really find DCOMs anywhere.
That's true. But why would they put Radio Rebel out of all of the DCOMs on Netflix?
I wonder
No
if it's
one
like
wants to rewatch this
production
movie.
thing. No. That's the thing. No one it's not like it was so fan acclaimed that they needed to put it somewhere. I wonder if
No.
it's just like a production company thing where like one production company had the rights and Disney didn't, so they could put it on another stream. I don't know what it was. But it's also, I don't think it's on Disney Plus at all now. I
They
don't know if you
shouldn't.
can
No
watch.
one's begging for this movie to be able to be streamed anywhere.
No, not at all. And once you hear the synopsis, you'll know why. Tara, a painfully shy high schooler, has a secret. She is also a confident DJ known as Radio Rebel who lends her voice to others. This bitch is just a radio host. That's all it is.
Just
She's
a
shy
disc
at school
jockey.
and she's just a DJ. That's the entire movie. That was it.
I could name at least 4 different versions of a Cinderella story that are just better than this average plot.
Another Cinderella story is better than this. Way better than this. And I will stand 10 toes down for that.
I agree.
Of course, we know the Cheetah Girls, but the Cheetah Girls 2 is a teenage vocal group whose members are also best friends, continue their crusade to become a top pop group. One member decides to enter the group in a Barcelona music festival, and the girls are thrilled. It's Viva España as they set off for the adventure of a lifetime. España.
It's fun.
They're in Barcelona. So, but
Yeah.
we know what's moving through. We know.
The Oyananita, Hey Ananita one.
Yeah.
Man.
That we'll probably get into it later, but wall to wall, the Cheetah Girls 2 has the best songs. And I'm willing to stand 10 toes down for that. I'm willing to stand 10 toes down for that.
Okay. I mean, I preferred the Cheetah Girls one, the original one, just because I think that's what started it all.
That is true, but this, as far as like standalone songs, not the story,
Okay,
not the
all right.
movie.
I agree. The way that Raven was strutting and running around Barcelona with heels, man.
That were this thin. Those things looked like they could snap at a moment's notice.
How old was she when this was going on? She must have been like 18 at best. Probably. I could not do that at that age. I couldn't do that now.
You remember in Strut where she's like when they're at the little I guess it's like a seat or bench or something, and she just like kicks her leg up like it's full extension. I was like, this bitch did not come to play around with us. That's what I knew. I was like, this is a different movie. This was also the last Cheetah Girls movie that was produced by Whitney Houston. And we can definitely tell that when we get to Cheetah Girls 3 One World.
Yeah.
The quality.
Well, obviously, yes, the Cheetah Girls 2 moves on to the second round. Radio Rebel, with the most forgettable plot ever, is eliminated in round 1.
Who's shocked? Who's surprised? Not I. I think the most famous
I'd be
thing from Radio Rebel is the yeah,
like,
that weird ass
and
face that she makes. That's literally it.
and
Oh
I
my
don't even
gosh.
think it's necessarily that weird. It's just in like a movie where nothing is good. It's just a bad scene that could have easily been cut out.
I just would I hate if I made a movie. Number one, if I made a movie that bad, I wouldn't want the one thing of my face to be the only thing that people remember about that movie. I would that would be my 13th reason. Like I would end it all right there. Okay. Moving on. We have
Okay, this one's easy. But if you want to give a little bit of an explanation as to what the hell Geek Charming was.
I can already see Momo has a pretty strong bias against Geek
I
Charming.
do, for like very valid reasons.
You're not wrong. I'm not gonna fight you on this. It's not a good movie.
It's
Let's get
not.
that out of the way. But let's start with Halloweentown too. So the Cromwell clan live in the real world, except for their grandmother who lives in Halloweentown, a place where monsters go to escape reality. But now the son of the Cromwell's old enemy, Calabar, has a plan to use the grandmother's book to turn Halloweentown into a gray, dreary version of the real world, while transforming the denizens of the real world into monsters. Only Marnie, a fledgling witch, can thwart the evil scheme. And also, Calabar wants to fuck Marnie's mom. That is
Yeah.
crucial to the plot.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
How they leave that out of the description, I don't understand.
that's like pretty
That's the
essential.
movie. That's like
That's
the
it.
actual movie. That's the whole point.
He's mad because Marnie's mom doesn't want to fuck him back.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And Geek Charming is to win a school popularity contest, a high school diva permits a film club classmate to record her popular life, but the film starts documenting her decline instead. That's really dark. That's a really dark synopsis.
Yeah. But the
But
movie was not that good. I think it was like Disney Channel was trying to like branch out and they're just like, we're not going to cast any of the people that we already have working in our TV shows because I guess child labor laws or something. And they branched out to hire adults that were like in their mid 20s to play 15-year-olds. And we're just like, yeah, this is a good idea. Yeah, people want to see
I
this.
I think they were trying to take advantage of like Sarah Hyland's popularity on Modern Family, but they
Yeah,
kind of brought her into the Disney Channel fold at a
for
weird
no
time
reason.
because
And
she
like
didn't need it.
she didn't need it, and they actually had children, actual children working on Modern Family, and they could have taken any of the actual children.
Yeah, that might have made more sense, but
There was
what does sense have to do with anything with Disney Channel movies?
the
Nothing,
yeah,
apparently.
obviously Geek Charming gets eliminated in round one. Halloweentown 2, Calabar's Revenge, a very interesting movie with a very terrifying scene with a person turning into a frog. I did not vibe with, but a better movie nonetheless.
Way better movie. Will it make it past round two? Don't think it will.
I don't know.
But we'll see. Moving on. We're flying through these. We have oh my gosh, excuse me.
Oh, Wizards of Waverly Place the movie versus Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. I think Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire, was that the first or like one of the first DCOMs?
It was yeah, it's pretty early. I think it was released in like 2000 or something like that.
I'm sorry,
But it's
Under Wraps is the first DCOM.
yeah, it's the
This is
very
one of
first
the
one,
first.
but this is in like the first crop. It's probably amongst the first like holiday centric decoms.
Hmm.
But for those who don't know what Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire, it's pretty much in the name.
Yeah.
The aunt from Sabrina the Teenage Witch has some
Hmm.
kids, and she goes on a date with a vampire. I think that sums it up. So basically, the Hanson kids are in a jam. Adam and his best friend Duffy have gotten their hands on some tickets for the Headless Horseman concert, and his sister Chelsea has a date with her dreamy boyfriend Peter. The only problem is that they're both grounded. Chelsea and Adam will do whatever it takes to get their mom Lynette out of the house, even if it includes a chance meeting with a very mysterious man. Everything goes according to plan until their little brother Taylor realizes that this stranger might be a vampire. And that's it. And then Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie,
It's in the
it
name, but
it's
go ahead.
also it's pretty much it's also just in the name. It's just the show, but the movie. When Alex ruins a family vacation by accidentally casting a horrible spell on her loved ones, Max works overtime to keep his parents from separating while Alex and Justin seek out the Stone of Dreams in a desperate race to reverse the curse.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious which one's gonna win.
Yeah.
I mean, Selena Gomez was Disney Channel's golden child for a reason. Like,
Because she didn't she like keep like auditioning and trying to do things, and it wasn't until basically Wizards of Waverly Place that
yeah,
she did her own show.
because she was originally supposed to be on what was it? The Lizzie McGuire spinoff with the Miranda's family. But then
Yeah.
that didn't move forward. Then she was going to be on like some kind of spinoff of like the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, and that didn't move forward. And she ended up here on Wizards of Waverly Place, which will be advancing to round 2. Congratulations. Mom's
Dream
got a date with a
Suite.
vampire. You were a product of your time. Thank you.
Product of your time.
At
but
least
you
you
will
were
not.
better than the littlest vampire.
The Little Vampire, you mean, starring
Something,
Jonathan
yeah.
Lipnicki?
Yeah.
Don't ever disrespect Jonathan Lipnicki.
It was just such a bad movie.
Listen, that boy was booked and busy.
He
You
was.
have
He
to
was in a
respect
very
that.
bad movie, though.
He okay, right? But then what did he do? He went on and got that Stuart Little check. That's what he
He
did.
did. I think he was doing both at the same time.
So listen. Hate the player, don't hate the game. I mean, hate the game, don't hate the player. You know what I'm saying? He did what he
Yeah.
had to do. You would do it too for a check.
I would. I would be in the Little Vampire reboot for a check.
You hate vampires though.
I know, but it's for a check.
All right, next up.
This is hard. The Princess Protection Program versus Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. You see, this is hard because Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off was part of like the golden age of DCOMs. I have such fond memories of watching the show in the background of doing literally anything else. But the Princess Protection Program was like 2 of Disney's golden children in one movie. Was the movie, in hindsight, good? No, it was not good. I think Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off was like objectively, plot-wise, a better movie.
It's a simpler movie. I think it is not very. It's not very ambitious.
It's not ambitious, but it's also a lot better. It's less ambitious, yes, but it was executed a lot better than the Princess Protection Program.
It is. If you don't know, the Princess Protection Program, starring Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato, when a tiny country is invaded by a dictator, a young princess, later known as Rosie, is taken into custody by the Princess Protection Program. She is whisked away to rural Louisiana, where she must learn the ins and outs of behaving like a normal American teenager. In the process of adapting to her new life, Rosie gives her new friend and roommate Carter a few lessons in how to act like a royal ablum. I don't know why they chose to use that word for this DCOM.
This DCOM?
For this DCOM. And then Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. Eddie plays baseball. His dad's the coach. His best friends are his teammates, but will he strike out with them if he trades his glove for an oven mitt? This is basically High School Musical, but without the musical part.
This is High School Musical if they just focused on Chad and Ryan's like baseball rivalry. That's Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, but I learned how to crack an egg with one hand by watching this movie repeatedly. I can still do it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I just remember the food looking like real fucking scrumptious in this movie.
It was delicious. Yeah, I watched this. It taught me how to cook. This is when Disney Channel movies used to mean something. They were educational. Yeah. I learned how to cook from watching this movie. I learned how to, you know what? I learned how to do a one-arm cartwheel from watching Lizzie McGuire. I learned how to cook from Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. I learned how to ice skate by watching Go Figure. I learned a lot from old Disney Channel movies. I learned nothing from the Princess Protection Program.
That's fair. I think the Princess Protection Program, in theory, it should have been a bigger moment than it
Yes,
was.
I agree.
Like, it should have been really like two stars who were on Barney together. They were best
Right?
friends.
Like, you know
It should have
what?
been.
I think my expectations were set by, God damn, what was that one movie with they had princess in the title, and it was Anne Hathaway, Princess
Oh, Princess
Diaries. That's
Diaries.
where my like expectations were, and like this did not meet it like at
It
all.
it didn't, only because, or in tandem with that, Demi Lovato, they were doing an accent that was questionable at best.
They were
Maybe
doing an accent.
yes, they were doing an accent.
I don't remember that.
It was not. It was one of those things where they were doing an accent that could drop off, and you kind of wouldn't notice it, but it was prominent enough to notice that they weren't using their actual voice. It was like a more posh version of their voice.
Interesting. I don't remember that. I remember they had like this kind of like watch along thing where you have to count how many times they say like princess or princessa in the movie. I think it was because they knew the plot wasn't engaging enough. And they're just like, we got to get people to watch this. So if they have to count how many times we say princess, they'll watch all the way to the end after they get bored with the first act.
I don't remember much of anything from it other than I was like, it's strange that this is set in like Louisiana. Selena Gomez is not attempting to do an accent at all, which is probably
they
for the
could have just
best.
set it in Texas because they're both from Texas. There's no reason it had to be Louisiana. Like that didn't make sense.
But especially when it's so like a place like Louisiana, you really have to embody the area.
Yeah.
They could have like
set it in Texas.
Gone one state over. Like just one like two states over and it's tech.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh,
I don't know.
What would you say then?
I mean, I remember Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off a lot more, and going back and reading the synopsis and it basically just being High School Musical before
it's
High School
hilarious to me.
Is so fucking funny. So for that, I choose Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
I agree with you. Princess Protection Program, you were honestly a little bit disappointing.
It was supposed to be a much bigger moment, but it just didn't hit the mark. And you hate to say that about a classic. You really do.
Because I remember watching the movie. I do have better and fonder memories of Eddie. Oh my God, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
I just remember that Orlando Brown was in it, and he then went on to play a character named Eddie, and that's a ring.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I wonder if that's where they got the name for that character.
Maybe.
Oh my God.
This one hurts. This one hurts so bad.
Oh my God. This is Stuck in the Suburbs versus Kim Possible movie. So the drama. Oh my God, this is hard.
I didn't think we were going to have to use any saves in this one, but I'm willing. I can't let these go.
Remind me, is this the one where they kiss at the end? Kim Possible?
Yes, Ron and Kim kiss.
Oh my God. I am sweating because I love Stuck in the Suburbs.
I think it's where I'm pretty sure it's where they
kiss. I think this is where they kiss at the end.
A Glitch in Time where they kiss, because there was two.
That's right. A Glitch in Time was the time traveling one, obviously. That has the best Disney Channel game. Is that in this?
A Glitch in Time?
Yeah.
I think it was like a direct to DVD situation.
Oh, it wasn't a DCOM.
So I don't think it was a DCOM. But I mean, we could put it in part 2. Who cares?
Okay.
But yeah, they kissed at the end of So the Drama.
Okay.
That was like the first like big movie, and when they kissed, that was a fucking moment because the tension between them, palpable. Oh, this hurts.
Stuck in the Suburbs. Oh, please give a description about both of these shows. We got ahead of ourselves.
We got so excited. Okay. So let's go with Stuck in the Suburbs. 14-year-old Brittany Aarons and her friend are bored with their suburban lives until America's national icon Jordan Cahill, a new pop singing dancing sensation, arrives in town and his personal digital assistant, PDA in parentheses, falls into their hands. Starring which one of the Panda
This
Bakers?
is Danielle.
I think it's Danielle,
This is
the older
Danielle,
one,
and then of course
and Brenda
Brenda Song, the original DCOM,
Queen.
actually Disney Channel Golden Child.
She's the best. And then Kim Possible movie. So the drama, Dr. Draken has an evil new plot for world domination, but his ultimate success depends upon finding out Kim Possible's weakness, which may involve a new hottie at Middleton High School named Eric, who suddenly sparks feelings in Ron about Kim that resemble much more than friendship.
Yeah, this is the kissing movie.
It's ridiculous.
Stuck. Okay, the one thing I remember so vividly about Stuck in the Suburbs is like the little dance montage they do, and they flip over the couch. That was just like, wow, this is youth. This is what it's going to be like to be a teenager and have like a friend group. It wasn't like that at all in reality, but like that's what made me think it would. Also, the shoes, like the slippers they had, I was like, wow, fashion. And in hindsight, they were hideous. They were so ugly. But at the time, I was like, wow, this is peak fashion. We will never surpass how on trend these shoes are. I wanted a pair so bad.
Also, the song, wasn't it like close your eyes, make a wish, just believe.
Yeah.
Gotta have faith in you. That song shouldn't have been that fucking catchy, but it was.
They had such great insert music back in the day.
You really did. Also, I didn't put it together in my head, but the guy who plays Jordan Cahill, oh my gosh, what's his name? Oh, what is
that
his name?
Drew Seeley? It's not Drew Seeley.
No, that's not Drew Seeley, but he went on to be on SNL for a bunch of years.
Really?
Taran Killam.
That was Taran Killam. You're lying. There's no way that is true. No way that's true.
I was watching SNL one day and I was like, why does he look familiar? And then I looked him up and I was like, that he was Stuck in the Suburbs.
You're lying. I don't believe that. Someone fact check that. If you're watching this, fact check it. Because I just can't believe that Jordan Cahill was Taran Killam.
It is Taran Killam. He's also in Big Fat Liar too. He has like a little bit in Big Fat Liar. Taran Killam, he was doing like stuff as a teen, but I never put it together.
I would never have thought. I don't know. I just thought they just plucked him out of the ether somewhere and put him on SNL.
Nope, he was they saw his comedic prowess in Stuck in the Suburbs and they were like, this is what we need. Lorne Michael was like, get him pronto.
Stuck in the Suburbs was basically just like teenagers kidnapping an adult man or a teenager. Was he also a teenager? I thought he was an adult man when I was a kid.
He's supposed to be a teenager, but he just doesn't look like, even in Big Fat Liar, he looked like an adult. So I think he was just gonna look like an adult.
Okay, like I thought these were children kidnapping an adult man, but maybe I was just like a child, so like he looked like an adult man to me.
Yeah.
But Kim Possible movie was just, the whole plot was building to the kiss.
Yeah, it was. It was essentially like if you took an episode and made it longer and then just had them kiss at the end. But that's not a bad thing. It was good. Like, it was worth the wait.
I don't think we can eliminate either of these.
We can't. These
both deserve to be. Okay, rock, paper, scissors to see who's gonna use their save.
Oh my God.
Okay, ready. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Fuck!
Yeah!
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I will use my save. I'm technically saving Kim Possible.
Okay.
Because I feel like we would have chosen Stuck in the Suburbs, but I'm going to save Kim Possible.
Okay.
All right. So Now that we got that first hurdle out of the way, hopefully, to be honest, my two picks are already secured. So
Oh,
everything else,
really? Okay.
yeah, everything else I'm not going to be too sad about.
Okay. I
Okay.
don't think my favorite has gotten like here yet.
One of my like all-time favorites is probably going to be in part 2.
Okay.
So, stay tuned for to see me fight for my life with that. All right, next up we have, where did it go?
I'd love to see it. I don't know what's coming up next. It's a surprise for me.
It's a surprise. How are you feeling about our list thus far? Thoughts?
You know what? I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I
Like
don't feel like we've gotten too many like hard ones.
no. Like Stuck in the Suburbs is one that is very special to me because of that whole dance sequence at the beginning. Like I don't remember how the movie ends, but I do remember I thought like that's what youth would be. Like being a young adult.
And then it wasn't.
And then it wasn't. Okay. This one hurts me because I really loved Halloweentown High.
Oh, but you were dragging me for liking Return to Halloweentown?
Halloweentown High had Keely from High School Musical.
It did. It did.
And it had the whole like, I'm pretty the way I like myself. And then he was just like, but you're ugly. And I was like,
no,
like we're about to fight. We really about to fight because you're not going to disrespect my girl like that.
It's like, what the fuck did you say, dude? she's what? Don't
like,
think so.
I liked how she was very happy with how she looked, and she really didn't like how he was like, well, I think you're prettier like this, and I don't know how you can't see that.
I agree. Like, for those who don't remember Halloweentown, because there were so many fucking editions of it, Marnie is a teenage witch living with her family of supernatural beings in the village of Halloweentown. Marnie and her pals are interested in attending high school in the nearby mortal community, where they'll be able to spend more time with kids their age, and with the help of her grandmother Aggie, played by oh my gosh, okay, her name just slipped my mind.
It's like Debbie.
I know her. I can't remember her last name. She's able to convince
Debbie
the town.
Washington. No, is Carrie Washington or Carrie Fisher? Debbie Fisher. Debbie Fisher.
I think her name was Debbie Reynolds. I think.
Reynolds. No, that's wrong.
Oh, this is.
You know what? It's escaping us.
It is, but it's
Carrie Fisher's mom.
Carrie Fisher's mom. Great. She's able to convince the town council to go along with the suggestion. However, there's a catch. If anything dangerous happens as a result of their presence in the mortal school, Marnie and her friends will lose their magical talents, which is very dire straits, just for wanting to go to high school. But I digress. And Smart House is a 13-year-old boy wins a computerized house manned by a cyborg maid named Pat. When he and his dad move into the house, he figures that his dad will cease considering remarrying since the house and Pat can handle all the cooking and cleaning of chores. However, his father soon shows an interest in the computer programmer. This sets the boy into tinkering with Pat's program and setting in motion a two-wife and mother like nagging robot. That was a terrible synopsis. I did not write that. I just took it from TV.
What is a little bit unbelievable about the plot of Smart House is the fact that a 13-year-old could legally enter that kind of competition, because you have to be 18 years or older to do anything like that. And we all know it. Even do the sweepstakes thing that they like to do. You have to be like 18 years or older to accept it.
And also, it's a fucking house. Why would a 13-year-old be able to win a house?
Exactly. That makes no sense. But you have to like suspend your disbelief to get past that part. Like, you have to suspend your disbelief that they could win the house, and then you have to suspend it again that the house could like clean your laundry by absorbing it through the floors.
And then you have to suspend it one more time when it goes crazy.
Yeah, like, and tries to kill them and hold them hostage, essentially. Oh, but one thing about Smart House I don't think you mentioned is that it was directed by LeVar Burton.
Yeah.
Of Reading Rainbow, of temporary host of Jeopardy.
Yeah, he
Jeff,
hosted
okay.
one episode and then didn't
But
take off.
he did, I think he did Star Trek for a bit. He did
Yeah, he
Star
did.
Trek, but most well known for, at least our generation, is most well known for Reading Rainbow.
Mhm.
And it's widely regarded as one of the best DCOMs ever made.
It is because it's legitimately horrifying at some parts. If you're
And it's
trying to
not
make a
it's
horror
not
movie,
supposed to be a scary movie. It's supposed to be a
nope.
drama.
And it kind of is because like the stakes are pretty high.
Mm.
Like this house, in theory, could trap them forever, and she does. She tries to do it. Pat is one crazy mamma jamma, let me tell you. But it's legit, and like the script is good too. The story and
Yeah.
the script are pretty like good too. So good on you, LeVar. Fantastic stuff. Good work.
Even though I do love Halloweentown High so much, I'd be okay with letting it go.
This is your call. I'm partial to both. I'm leaning a little heavier to Halloweentown because I did like this one, but I also acknowledge that Smart House is like it's a really good one too.
I really love Halloweentown High. I really do love that movie. I'm gonna pick it.
I support you in that. I think I will say Smart House did make it pretty far in the Halloween for Weenies episode.
It
I
did.
think.
It did. It is not one of my personal favorite of the DCOMs, even though I acknowledge that it is objectively a good movie. It is just not my favorite. I do prefer Halloweentown High, though.
If I had to pick one,
Yeah.
it would be that one. All right, you know what? That's fair, and I'm proud of you for making that really difficult decision because I know that was not easy.
So I guess I'm gonna save it.
You're gonna save Smart House?
No, I'm gonna save Halloweentown High.
Oh,
are we both going with Halloweentown High?
yeah. I was letting you
okay.
pick.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet Sue.
Yeah, so I was kind of that's what I was saying. I was partial to both. Okay, next up we have oh gosh.
I wonder if this one's gonna be hard. Okay.
If you care about these movies, it might.
Yeah. So the thing is, I do know quite a bit about both, but if you want to go ahead and give the descriptions before I get into it.
Yes, I can do that. All right, Teen Beach Movie. Again, pretty much in the name. Teen Beach Movie, where are you?
Teen Beach Movie, it's just Grease.
It really is. Two surfing lovers whose doomed relationship is nearing to a close find themselves swept into a dimension traversing wave that sends them into a beach movie musical in the 60s. And then Don't Look Under the Bed is one of the first like Halloween DCOMs that is legitimately terrifying. A teen enlists the help of an imaginary friend named Larry Houdini to deal with a prank-playing boogeyman who's framing her for his dastardly deeds.
Like, it's
Terrifying.
genuinely a scary movie. It's terrifying. With Teen Beach Movie, it is essentially just if they had mixed West Side Story plus Grease, put it on the beach, and then added some kind of isekai or like being
like
torn
time
from
travel.
time travel, space travel type thing into it. And I don't get it. Also, this was just the beginning of the Jordan Fisher saga. I do not dislike Jordan Fisher. I dislike how much certain people put him on this pedestal.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. As someone who enjoys visiting the Disney theme parks, and he sang like the fireworks show Happily Ever After, which I thought was just okay. People shove that man down my throat so much, like he's the best. I love it. I'm like,
I have literally nothing against him. It's just how hard people like go for him. I'm just like, I do not understand.
I don't get it.
I think he is objectively a talented person. I don't think he's nearly as talented as people think he is. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Or act like he is. They literally act like he's like the male version of like Barbra Streisand or something.
They do. Like he's just
good.
Kind of a run-of-the-mill like Broadway singer type. Like he's
Yeah.
great, but I'm not. It's nothing to phone home about for me personally, and that's
Yeah.
okay.
I just don't think he should be literally every like black actor you should think of. Like if you need a black actor to be in something, I really don't understand why you choose Jordan Fisher for literally every role.
Exactly. Exactly.
And with Don't Look Under the Bed, that was one of the 1990s DCOMs. It was directed by, I believe his name is Kenneth Johnson. He did the V miniseries back in the 80s. He also did the 2014 reboot that was on
AMC, ABC, I think.
ABC. So he was very big in the sci-fi world, and he also directed this as well as the Xenon. I think the first Xenon movie.
I think so. Yeah, Kenneth Johnson.
Yep. Teen Beach Movie. It had some good songs. Can I remember one? No.
No.
Bobby, have you seen Don't Look Under the Bed?
I have not seen Don't Look Under the Bed. Because I think it was like, even though we differ by 2 years, sometimes those 2 years can be crucial. And I
Yeah.
do think they hit a point where they just stopped showing Don't Look Under the Bed.
They didn't
on
show
Disney
it very
Channel.
often because there of two things. Parents didn't like how scary it was. They were just like, "What the fuck are you doing showing this to children? This is terrifying." And they
Which it
also did
is.
not like how in the movie the black guy kisses the white girl, and the racists were not having it.
And so they were just like, we're just gonna not play it.
Yeah.
That's how we solved that problem.
That's essentially it. And like Kenneth Johnson had to like fight them to let that scene happen. And you know who them is. We're not going to name names, but we all know who. You want to name names, Bobby?
I was just scratching my palm, but y'all know who it is. But yeah, I don't know. This is another one, like this is similar to Smart House and Halloweentown High, where I'm leaving this in your hands. I think I will say before you make your decision, I like the premise of Teen Beach Movie. I think it's like interesting to have like a like time travel kind of like Back to the Future-esque thing. Did I really care about Ross Lynch and Maya, what's her face? Not really. But I know that it was good. It was a cute little bop for the time. Like for 2013, it was a little moment. But beyond that, it wasn't super memorable to me. I was just like, oh, that's cute. That's kind of it.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked the costumes. That was my favorite part of the movie. Can't remember anything really about it, but I did remember loving the swimsuits, and I was just like, where can I get a high-waisted bikini like that? They were so cute.
It was a very good moment for the high-waisted bikini.
It
2013.
Was. Like resurgence of the tankini.
Oh gosh, my Pinterest board from 2013 had so many of those bitches lined up, just waiting.
Like if you're watching this, tune in. Eventually, we will be showing our Pinterest boards from 2013, so you can judge us and point and laugh. Mine was bad too, Bobby. Anyway, which one are we picking?
I didn't know we were doing that. That's my first time we were talking about this. Oh gosh, that's so embarrassing. Okay.
Mine's bad, so don't worry.
Oh, mine's.
Do you have a wedding board?
Yeah, of course I have a wedding board.
Oh, really?
I had a wedding board. I had a board dedicated to Jennifer Lawrence.
I was not expecting you to say that. I'm sorry.
No. Laugh at my pain. I have mentioned this previously, but I was a different girl in middle school / early high school. I don't remember that, Bobby, and I'm trying to distance myself from her. I had to love her to play her, but I don't think she's a good person.
I think I had like an IM5 board, and you don't know what that is, and most people don't. It was like a very short-lived boy band that was like put together by, I think, Perez Hilton.
I have a Backstreet Boys board too, when they were well into being fathers, but I was
that
like,
is hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the original plot of the movie. I think I'm gonna go with Don't Look Under the Bed.
Okay. That I can't say that I would choose that among anything else that we've done.
I mean, it's probably not going to make it past round two, but I
It
just
will not.
didn't care enough about Teen Beach Movie to pick it.
That is true. That's the hard part about it.
Mm,
When you don't care that much about a movie, it's like, But I noticed some people really enjoyed it to the point where it
yeah.
got a second one, Teen Beach Moving 2. I don't know what happens in it, but I just
I
know that
don't
there's
know
a
what happens. I don't remember.
do they go to the 70s? Like what happens?
I think it had something to do with like the people from the original, like the the actual movie they watched coming to our world or something like that. Phantom of the Megaplex was one of the original DCOMs. I want to say this was like, if
It's probably
not the,
98 or 99 for
yeah,
sure.
this was maybe the second one ever made. They did a lot of Halloween movies when they first started DCOMs.
It was 2000. So it's
Okay.
like it was still very early though.
So obviously this is just a play on Phantom of the Opera,
Mhm.
and the
Um
ultimate Christmas present.
so the ultimate Christmas present is a girl steals a weather machine from Santa Claus to make a snow day. The machine breaks and causes an out of control snowstorm. That's the ultimate Christmas present. Don't know how that is a present, but I digress. And Phantom of the Megaplex, Pete Riley is a 17-year-old who lands a part-time job at a multiplex in his neighborhood, so a movie theater. He and his friends are excited when it's announced that the theater will play host to the premiere of a major motion picture with a number of Hollywood celebrities in attendance. However, when the big night comes, Pete has to contend with disappearing staff, malfunctioning equipment, and a broken popcorn machine. Oh.
Oh no. See, if they could have the main character of Phantom of the Megaplex be 17, why couldn't they have had the main character of Smart House be 18? Then it would make sense how he could enter that competition to win a house. But you know what? That's
You're
not what this is about.
you're really getting into the rules and regulations
I
of this
am.
week.
I am,
This
because it is
mystical
insane a
seems
13-year-old is able to enter a competition to win a house. Not just to like win a meeting with Zach and Cody of Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, but to win a house.
you
That's
still and
property. You have to pay taxes on that.
you do. And the thing is, like, you still had to be like for the Zach and Cody meet and greets, you have to be 13 and still have parent permission.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. So it makes no sense. I'm just really fixated on that one rule of Smart House. Anyway, I'm picking the ultimate Christmas present because I love Christmas.
we really
I
got
also,
there very quick.
I also really love like this movie because of course the queen of the golden age of Disney, actually not golden age, but like the original queen of Disney, Brenda Song is in
The
it.
song. Brenda is what Brenda's gonna do is she's gonna get a check from the mouse. Like
Exactly, exactly.
she's gonna get that check. And I love to see it. I personally just love to see it for her. I really do.
But I mean,
Okay,
like
next.
if you are really partial to Phantom of the Megaplex, we can go with that.
I was not
Okay.
partial to either of them. That was a Momo round where it was two show two movies that I was like, I know she's probably seen both, and I could care less about both.
I could not physically care less about the Phantom of the Megaplex because I don't even care that much for Phantom of the Opera. So I couldn't even take that like nostalgic bit of it.
I remember them playing it a lot, and I'm like, I'm not
Why are you
watching
trying to
this.
make this happen? It's not gonna happen.
I'm not watching this. Stop it.
Okay. This one's painful because
Okay.
the way I
Okay.
was so convinced when I was a kid I was going to marry Jet Jackson.
Wow.
I was so convinced that this was going to be my future husband. And then he killed himself. And he was also like a solid 20 years older than me. So that was still
I
never going to
think
happen. But it was going to happen even less that he was dead. Um, and High School Musical,
that's history.
it's history. But I think you should give a bit of an explanation for the youngins that might be watching what both of these movies are.
So I think might have to give more context to Jet Jackson.
Yeah.
But I forgot the name of the show. What was the name of the show? The wonderful. What is it? You're
Uh,
not going. You're just going to leave me
the
hanging
famous
here.
Jet Jackson?
The famous Jet Jackson, that's what I mean. So it's a movie, like it's like the Kim Possible like soap
Yeah.
drama. It's just a movie for the show. So Jet Jackson, who is the star of Silverstone, is considering quitting Silverstone when it is given a 3-year extension. During the filming of the last episode, Jet is accidentally sucked into Silverstone's world when a prop malfunctions. Silverstone is zapped into Jet's world as well. In Silverstone's world, Jet has to save the world from Dr. Crag's evil plans. So that's Jet
Yeah.
Jackson, the movie.
Yeah. So
And
if you haven't seen Jet Jackson, just for anyone watching, it was basically like this child actor that was like juggling being an actor and also a kid and living his life.
exactly. And we pretty much all know High School Musical, so this is just
Yeah.
a one sentence synopsis. A popular high school athlete and an accidentally gifted, or not accidentally, academically,
Accidentally.
an academically gifted girl get roles in the school musical and develop a friendship that threatens East High's social order. They are more than friends. I don't know why they use the word
At literally
friendship.
no point in that movie were they ever just friends. At
No,
not one single point in that movie. I don't
not
think
at
they
all.
were even like a little bit friendly. They were just always like, we're just like soft launching our relationship, right? Like from
This is
day one.
straight to romance.
Yeah.
Straight to romance.
It was
Um,
straight up like, what was that Grease couple, Danny and Sandy, something like that.
Sandy, yeah. Sandy, yeah. Danny and Sandy. Um,
High School Musical had its moment. There were cast albums, there was sing-alongs, there were dance-alongs. There was like what the whole like outfit line you could get at what Kmart, I want to say. Um
Kmart, there was the board game which I owned.
there was
There was
the
a
Wii
stage
game that you
show.
could sing along to.
Yeah, there was it's not Broadway, but it was like a traveling. There were two
Oh
traveling
yeah, there
shows.
was
So
High School Musical like
in
the
concert, I
in
think
concert. Yeah, there was High School Musical on Ice, which I did see.
there was High School Musical on
There was
Ice.
High School Musical on Ice.
Where was I? Where
I
was
don't know.
I?
There was also a time where if you grew up in like you were maybe like a third, no, even younger. If you were like kindergarten to like middle school between the years, what did this come out? 2005?
2006.
2006 to like 2000, whenever the third one came out. You either had a High School Musical themed birthday or you went to one.
Absolutely. Or you got some type of High School Musical themed gift for
Yes.
your birthday.
I had
For
the High
me,
School Musical diary.
I had the High School Musical board game for my like when the first movie came out, and then for the second movie is my favorite. And I had a poster that stayed in my room across from my Jacob from Twilight poster for a hot minute
If you had,
until
if you were anyone who was anyone, you had J14 magazine, and they sometimes had like editorials you could like open up, and there would be High School Musical posters.
it was the way my wall was. I had it on my door. It was like one of the nice like thick paper ones that
Yeah,
you get. So like my parents weren't fucking around. That bad boy stayed up for a minute. I was like, this is art. This is
yeah,
decor right here.
yeah. And if you got the CDs, the like paper in the front had all the lyrics to the song, so you could
Mhm.
like learn the lyrics and sing along. You had to be that girl though, obviously.
You really did. And I feel like we're all kind of up to date on this now, but in case you did not know, if you think that Zac Efron is singing in the first High School Musical movie, he is not. That is Drew Seeley's voice.
Yeah. And
I
Drew
think there's
Seeley was the person that did the singing for High School Musical in concert.
exactly. So that's why everyone was shocked when Zac Efron didn't show up. Because they were like, I thought he sang. No, he didn't. That was Drew Seeley's voice. I think Zac Efron sings like the first couple lines of
Probably started something new.
Start of Something New, and I think maybe Breaking Free, but
We're
I know
breaking
Start of Something
free.
Free. It was so red. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I think he doesn't sing many lines.
No.
Also, Vanessa Hudgens was not singing many lines either.
Really?
Listen to When There Was Me and You. Um the song that she sings after Troy does whatever he chooses basketball, whatever. Uh, you can hear, and I noticed this as a kid, but I just thought it was her voice doing a bunch of different things.
Mhm.
I think there might have been someone doing like a guiding track for her, which is very common in like voice
Oh,
acting. But there might have been someone who sang the song as like a demo, and then they just added Vanessa
on
Hudgens'
top
voice
of
in
it.
different places. So
Okay,
you can
okay.
definitely hear parts where it's like, "That does not sound like Vanessa Hudgens." I challenge you, go back and listen to it. And if you listen real closely, you're like, "That doesn't sound like the same person," because it's not. It's like they forgot it.
Man.
They mixed it up.
I
That was a
don't
moment
know
in
if
time.
Jet Jackson is in Hannah Montana. I don't know. I doubt it because that show was off the air for like years.
No, I
Like
think they're
by the
saying, like, it's like a Miley Hannah thing, like, balance
Oh, no, like everyone knew who he was.
balancing the life.
Yeah. So if anything, do you remember that one show on like what was that one show on Disney XD where it had like the guy? Oh my gosh, and he was in like that one decom with the little girl G Hanelius, and he was Den brother. There was like a one with this dude in like a suit, like some not like oh my god, it's so hard to explain. It wasn't Kyle XY. That's a different show.
I feel like I know what you're
I know, you know
talking
what I'm talking about. And there was like Shannon Cook Chung was in it, because he was also in Degrassi around the same time.
I can't I know what you're talking about, but I
If
have
anyone knows what I'm talking about, please drop the name of it because it's more similar to that than it is just this. Um, but obviously, High School Musical has to go on because that was a minute, that was the moment. Also, I don't know if High School Musical 2 is in this one or if that's in the second one.
it will be in the second one.
Okay, because High School Musical 2 had that one deleted song, Humu Humu Nuku Nuku Apawa'a, which
Honey, honey,
in
boo.
hindsight, now that I know that Humu Humu Nuku Nuku Apawa'a was like actually from like Hawaiian mythology, is a blatantly offensive track. It's
It is, and I'm
blatantly
glad
offensive.
that it did
They,
not make it into the
yeah,
final cut.
they needed to cut it because that is just blatantly offensive. And I did not know as a child, but after learning the truth, I was just like, oh, they should have cut that. Thank God.
And it sucks because musically, it's a little bit of a bop.
Yeah, it was such a
Lyrically,
bop. I did not
bad.
know how offensive it was at the time, but I can't sing it verbatim.
Yes, same. I'm like, I know it's bad, but
It's so offensive. It's so
it is very offensive, and I'm glad that it was, like, relegated to the deleted scenes of the
uh-huh.
DVD. They never played it on Disney Channel, thank God. But yeah, it was oof, it was bad.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, we have
Oh, this is beyond easy.
this is very easy,
Beyond
yeah,
easy.
very easy.
Bobby, our
Before
friendship is literally over if you pick frenemies.
what the hell? Why do you think I would pick over Get a Clue?
That's what I was about to say. I'm just like, I swear to God, our friendship is over.
Listen, I love Zendaya, but there is no one touching 2002 era Lindsay Lohan for me.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Get a Clue is quite possibly one of my favorite Disney Channel movies. I think it is probably my favorite.
It
The
is
style, the plot, the fashion. Obviously, Brenda Song is in it. We have Brenda Song and Lindsay
Lindsay
Lohan,
Lohan,
both of which queens of the time. The only thing that
queen.
could put this literally and make it god tier is if Amanda Bynes was
I
also
was
in
about
it.
to say, I was about to say, if Amanda Bynes was in this shit too, oh
Oh,
god,
oh my god, it'd be over,
it would be
over.
done. It would be done. Okay, if for those who don't know, Get a Clue. Get a Clue follows the exploits of a young girl, Lexi, who was a privileged 12-year-old who has spent her entire life amongst the wealthy and elite of Manhattan. Clad in Prada, she prides herself on her ability to get the scoop and serve it up in her school's gossip column. When a photo she has taken of her teachers is published in the city's daily paper, things start getting weird. A teacher goes missing, and she, along with her working class family friend Jack, set out to solve the mystery. Obviously, Lindsay Lohan is playing
Yeah.
Lexi in that. And then frenemies, I remember looking this up, and even the internet couldn't give me a good description. Um,
Wait, I have
frenemies,
a question. Was
yeah.
Life Size a decom?
I don't think it was.
The
That's the
way they
thing.
played it like all the time, I
They
thought
played
it
it like
was
it
a
was a
decom.
decom. I think that's the problem. Like Disney was definitely making like Life Size and Parent Trap, like movies like that around the same time as
Mhm.
DCOMs. And so it was just an easy transition to put those
Okay,
movies on the Disney Channel, but I don't think it's an official Disney
decom.
Channel original movie.
Okay,
Um
sorry, go ahead.
so no, it's this description is useless. Frenemies, it is a comedy about three pairs of friends whose relationships go from good to bad and back again. Several couple fall out over girls and boys and work. Can all these couples settle their differences and be friends again? I know one of these pair offs is like basically Zendaya versus Bella Thorne. It was like the Shake It Up girls were in a movie. And then it's like two people versus a dog. I don't know what's
I
going
don't know
on.
what's happening here.
I
Was this the one where like TXT my BFF comes from? TXT my BFF because
because I
TK
like to
what's
get
coming
what's
next?
coming next, and I'm
Uh,
elevator with the rest. So TTYLXOX. Let
yeah,
me tell you something.
this is something
Bella
to dance
Thorne,
for. Oh my god. Oh my god.
they
Perfection.
might have done something with those like dual
Perfection.
songs playing at the same
Yes.
time. Woo!
Like
That
it
were
made up for the fact that they didn't have a Disney Channel Circle of Friends for like years prior to that or that year. The TXT my BFF one. Wait, what was that even called? Was that what it's called?
I think it's like BBB my BFF.
Something like that.
It's TTY
I thought it was TXT
TTYLXOX.
my BFF, like text my BFF, because
Oh, that's the first
ITK what's coming
what's
totally
coming
no,
next.
and I
What's
can
coming next?
LMHO because you
AO.
can't say A, because
Oh
that's
yeah. But
ass. They'll laugh my
she
head off with the rest.
She might as well have said A.
TTYLXOX.
XOX. I think it was called TTYLXOX though.
Okay, that's probably better. But
Um,
get a clue. Oh my god.
we obviously
Cinema.
know Blue
Cinema.
is going through. But yeah, that was a moment, and I'm shocked that Get a
Mhm.
Clue was a decom because I thought it was like I think I got it
Yeah.
confused with Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, which is
Yes,
not.
I agree. I think they also had like this insert song, which was obviously titled "Get a Clue." It was like "Get a clue, there's nothing you can do. Get a clue," and it had like a whole music video and everything. It was so fun.
I need to look it back up again.
Yeah,
I wish we could watch it on stream because oh my gosh, would that be a moment just
I
to
don't know if we would
go
be allowed to.
if we start a Patreon, we could. So,
Yeah, plug in that. We don't have one, but
but
if you want us
when we
to, let
do,
us know.
when we do, we can do watch alongs because I think watching Get a Clue, not only would we ascend to a different plane, but it would just be fun to watch
I
after
agree.
maybe 20 years of having not seen it. So
Yes, I
obviously,
agree. We should push it through. Yeah.
we absolutely should push it through. Get a Clue obviously advances. We are almost nearing the end of round one, and boy howdy, are we going out with about to go out with a bang. Uh,
I'm afraid now that you said that, but like my top one, my favorite one, is already in.
yeah, my two faves are already in. So like I at this point, this is just comedy at this point. All right, next up.
This is Tiger Cruise versus the Cheetah Girls One World.
Okay.
Like the Cheetah Girls One World is the one that didn't have Raven, obviously, and it is objectively the worst one.
Yes.
But please inform the people what the Tiger Cruise was about.
Let me okay. There's only one sentence for Cheetah Girls One World. It's basically the Cheetah Girls go to India to appear in a Bollywood musical, but the director can only choose one of them for like the lead role. That's basically what One World is. Tiger Crew, Lord of mercy, set in September of 2001.
Oof.
And if you know basic
Oof.
history, know what was happening then. On its last leg homeward from Pearl Harbor, Hawaii to San Diego, the USS Constellation hosts a jolly Tiger cruise for US Navy, Marine, and US NAF relatives, mainly miners, Navy brats. Attitudes and emotions vary from simple joy to open frustration, the worst brat being EXO Commander Gary Dolan's daughter, Maddie, played by Hayden Panettiere,
Oh my
who
god.
wants him to refuse a promotion to command for a shore job. Then the news of the World Trade Center
Oh my
terror
god.
changes everything as
No.
the crew is recalled to war footing.
I can't believe this movie got made. Oh my god.
No, no.
No. No. No. Bobby,
Oh god.
the way
Oh god.
I remember watching this movie, and I had no idea that's what it was about. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse. It didn't get better.
So, so an interesting thing about Tiger Cruise is that it was released in 2004.
Oh, they had so much time to be like, we should stop making this movie.
I think Disney was like, how do we get kids involved in the 9/11 marathon? As if kids didn't, there were kids involved. But they were like, how do we make a good American story?
They made the kids go to war? They made the kids go to war?
No. Basically, Hayden Panettiere's character's dad is on this ship.
Yeah.
And he, because there wasn't any conflict happening, she wanted him to, basically
and then 9/11 happened.
And be with their family. But she's on the boat when they hear about 9/11. And then she has this weird speech at the end where she's like, I think you should stay and fight for our country.
This is so bad. They had 3 full years to be like, we should not publicize this movie. And they did anyway. Oh,
and
no.
The worst part. So they have a cook on the ship, right? And the cook on the ship loses a family member at the World Trade Center. And so that helps to move the plot of Maddie, Hayden Panettiere, being convinced that her dad should stay.
Please tell me this was not a black person.
I don't think it was, but
okay,
probably. I don't remember, but they had to humanize it and make it to where someone on the boat lost a family member, so that humanizes the experience. So it's not just America, but it's personal too.
What I think is even worse, what adds another layer of fuckery to this, is the fact that they even roped Pearl Harbor into this.
They said double whammy with the terrorism. Double whammy.
They not only made this a 9/11 movie, but they had to shout out Pearl Harbor.
It was
Julie, maybe it's best you don't remember this movie. It's for the best.
No, you don't need to remember it, because I think they probably played it uno time.
No, they played it more than once, because I remember watching it. I remember watching it because Hayden Panettiere was in it. I think they also had soft serve ice cream on the ship, and I was just like, damn, what a lucky bitch.
What I don't love about this movie, but before stream, I was telling Momo, I originally took this movie out of contention because I was like, I don't know about that. And she was like, why? I loved it. And then when I told her what the synopsis was, she was like, oh, no.
I thought they were just on a cruise, and they were they just happen to have people that were on the military on a cruise. I don't know, they were on some kind of Disney Cruise, but they can't say Disney Cruise because that'd be too meta. So they're just like, oh, Tiger Cruise, and we're specifically like spotlighting some of our military because I don't know, military, yay! I did not know that's what this movie was about. I didn't know it was about 9/11. This was such great propaganda, honestly.
It was very jingoistic. It was like American propaganda for sure. A
for
Tiger
sure.
Cruise it says an American naval voyage that allows civilians to accompany a seagoing Navy vessel. It's just basically when civilians can be on a Navy boat. So Tiger Cruise is like an actual term.
I did not know that. I knew nothing. Like, I thought Cadet Kelly was like maybe just like the top of propaganda, but like this like really shoots out of the water with the propaganda. Oh my god.
I think Disney Channel kind of realized this as the years went on. They were like, maybe we should.
Is this on Disney Plus?
I don't.
Can someone please look up if Tiger Cruise is on Disney Plus?
I would be shocked if it was. Holy shit, it is. Be on there. I didn't think it was gonna be on there. I thought they got rid of it. Oh, my head hurts.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I thought they would have buried this shit. Hold on. So the Tiger Cruise, about a Disney Channel original movie about 9/11 is streamable on Disney Plus, but The Weekenders isn't.
Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found.
Absolutely unacceptable. Unacceptable.
See, no one's talking about that. This is American jingoistic propaganda at work because no one wants to show a show about tweens, a diverse-ish group of tweens living their lives in Bahia Bay.
Which is kind of Santa Monica, but also kind of San Diego.
Starring every major voice actor who I would give my life for. But Tiger Cruise is ready and available to watch.
This is absolutely, I am shocked. Shocked.
This is America. Where Tiger Cruise, I wonder, someone asked Hayden Panettiere what she thinks about Tiger Cruise.
I don't know. She was in Nashville. I think she still thinks pretty positively about this movie.
Probably. She's probably very proud of it. Anyways, this was pre Bring It On All or Nothing. I think that's probably the movie she's most embarrassed
of. The Crumpy.
Oh my god. That movie is still a banger because of Solange, but not because of her crumping or whatever the fuck she was doing.
By default, the Cheetah Girls One World goes through.
I don't think it would get through against really
any other movie.
But
Tiger Cruise?
This one
I thought it was just a different kind of cruise. I'd never been on a cruise when I watched it. I just thought cruise ships were made funny like this.
No, because the crazy thing about it is Maddie, at the beginning of the movie, she's kind of right for wanting her dad to like be home and be on a ship. And then 9/11 happens. And I'm sure I could have convinced this 12-year-old that her dad needs to stay on this ship and fight.
Fight terrorism. I am absolutely floored that this movie was not only made, but it's now streamable on Disney Plus.
Kids forever could watch this. Disney, y'all got to take this down.
I would absolutely. I feel like this is something we should live stream watching and just be floored at the fact that this movie was made.
I will say there is a great YouTube channel. Lindsay Ellis, she used to do like these like deep dives into like certain cultural phenomena reflected in media. And she does an episode talking about different 9/11 centric themed things.
Did she do
that
this
was
movie?
That's when I first heard about this movie. I had never seen it. So check it out. It gives a good synopsis of.
I'm even further confused now because they made this movie, But wasn't there a cut from a cut scene from Lilo and Stitch where they had like a plane going into like a building?
So originally, the original cut of Lilo and Stitch, because it was in production around 2001, because it was released in 2002,
Mm-hmm.
um, had the plane that, or like the ship that they were going in at the end of the movie when like Lilo is like kidnapped by the big like alien guy. Um, they had it to where they were supposed to be kind of flying through a more like cityscape. So the plane was going around buildings and stuff. But then when 9/11 happened, they were like, can't do that. So they just had it set to where like they were near the ocean and trees, and like they made the ship look a little bit more like alien. So it didn't look like a commercial like jet,
But
basically.
they cut that out. They're just like, oh, this is too much. But then they made this full propaganda movie.
Listen, Disney is one big ass company, and there are spectrums of good and bad. I think the filmmakers on Lilo and Stitch had enough fucking sense to be like, yeah, no, let's
Someone
change
please
this.
tell me who wrote this script for Tiger Cruise. Is this person rich with so much money?
They must atone for their crimes. That's all I'm gonna say. They need to atone
Like,
because
I
what
want names, Bobby. I want names for who wrote it. I want names for who directed it. I want names for who executive produced it. What was going on here?
so it was directed by Dwayne Dunham, and it has
That
Bill
sounds like a
Pullman in
black
it
name.
too.
Oh god, that is so embarrassing.
And it's Phil. No, it's a white dude. It's a white
Okay.
dude. It's because it's like DU Wayne, so it's not Dwayne.
Ah,
He also did he was an editor on Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. He directed some like Star Wars Clone Wars episodes.
oh, I love
Um
that show. I am. Oh,
I don't think he looks fondly back on this, perhaps. I'm sure he's not putting that at the top of his resume if I
I would
had
take
to
this
guess.
off my resume. Like, just like how the creators of Out of Jimmy's Head absolutely never mentioned that show after it was aired.
That I would take it off. It was written by Anna Sandor and Bruce Graham. Anna went on to do, I'm not sure what she went on to do. Um, she she went on to do like some
I just a
indie
cast
films.
iron fan.
Bye. I don't know. I was looking that way. Bye. She went on to do like some indie stuff and was nominated for a Primetime Emmy. And then Bruce went on to do something else. So these are the people responsible.
Okay. All right. We're leaving this in round one. And the Cheetah
Yes,
Girls One World goes forward. Um Bobby, what shows do we got going into round two?
we have one last pair
Oh, we
up.
do? Um this one is The Color of Friendship versus Camp Rock. And I don't know if younger people are gonna know what The Color of Friendship was. So if you could please.
It's yes, it's basically the Black History movie that they played for years and years and years.
Yeah.
This and the racism episode of That's a Raven were really
Yeah.
holding it down for
For
Black
Black
History.
History Month.
So basically, The Color of Friendship is a white South African girl finds herself in a difficult situation when she is sent to spend a term with a black family in America. And if you don't remember, kind of like world history, the 90s, South Africa was still in a apartheid state. So that's why that's where the conflict is. Um, uh, why
How
are
did
you
you make
laughing?
The Color of Friendship and then 5 like to 10 not like less than 10 years later
Probably
make
Probably
Tiger
less than
Cruise?
5 years later, because I think Color Friendship came out in maybe, like, 2000, and
I
that came
thought
out
it
in
came out like,
2004.
oh my god, less than 5 years later you make Tiger Cruise?
That came out in 2000. So 4 years later, they were like, "Fuck yeah, we got a banger with Tiger Cruise."
God, that is so
Oh,
embarrassing. And then Camp Rock is
it
I
centers on a teen girl who desperately wants to spend her summer at a prestigious rock camp, but can only attend if she works in the kitchen as one of the cooks. When she's overheard singing, but not seen, by a teen pop star at the camp, played by Joe Jonas, he is completely taken and sets out to find the girl behind the beautiful voice. But first, she must confront her fears, step out of the kitchen, and into the spotlight.
Are you telling me this is just another Cinderella story?
Yeah.
Is that Camp Rock? Is-
Pretty much the exact plot line of
this
another
is
Cinderella story.
this is just another Cinderella story.
And another Cinderella story starring Demi Lovato's then bestie, Selena Gomez. They were in the same movie, different
Oh my
plots.
god. This is one of the Cinderella stories that is never mind. We're done here. I've seen what I've had to see.
See what I needed to see.
And The Color of Friendship, I would vote. That has my vote.
I love the songs of Camp
Mm.
Rock a lot. I think they're very good. But as far as a movie that I remember a little bit more,
Mm.
it would probably still be Camp Rock. But
I
I think
agree.
coming off of Tiger Cruise, I think we do need to push forward The Color of Friendship.
I agree. I mean, I do remember Camp Rock more. I don't remember ever liking it, though, if I'm honest. I don't remember liking the movie.
I remember enjoying it quite a bit. I liked
I
it.
do remember. I think I remember watching The Color of Friendship and like learning a lot from it. It was when Disney Channel was like, we're going to be educational. So
Ooh.
I enjoyed it for that aspect. It did teach me more about the South African apartheid than public school taught me.
Yeah, because they sure didn't teach us shit about that.
Exactly.
So for that reason.
So what are we going to see going into round 2?
So going into round dos, we have Now You See It, Halloweentown 2, Calabar's Revenge, Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie, Stuck in the Suburbs, Halloweentown High, High School Musical, The Color of Friendship, Lemonade Mouth, The Cheetah Girls 2, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, Kim Possible Movie, So the Drama, Don't Look Under the Bed, The Ultimate Christmas Present, Get a Clue, and Cheetah Girls One World.
Awesome. Rad. So we're going to go have a short intermission and we will be right back in 5 minutes. All right, we'll see you then. And we are back. Thank you for your patience.
Very quick. Just as a little bit of a disclaimer, because Bobby is bad at math, I forgot that we saved Kim Possible, so we had to save another one. So Camp Rock is back in contention.
That's fair. You did like that movie.
I did like it, but it wasn't my save, and I think we were really wrapped up in Tiger Cruise still.
You were. I think I was so shell shocked from that movie's existence.
It's something that now I'm like, I need to see this. I need to relive it again.
I really do need to, honestly.
We might need to do like just a movie night off stream, figure out how to do that, because wow is that bad.
I think we can do it through Scener.
Yeah, because I think Scener works through Disney Plus. So
I'll do that. I mean, y'all won't get to see that, but you can watch it at the same time as us, and it's almost like we're doing it together.
So we all struggle together with that. Okay. Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. So our first matchup of round 2.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
Anytime Today.
Ah, cool. Mm-hmm. Kim Possible, So the Drama.
Yeah.
Like, the Cheetah Girls One World is the only one that doesn't have Raven Simone, who was the lifeblood of the Cheetah Girls, if we're being honest.
She was. I think the one good thing that came from Cheetah Girls One World wasn't even a song that was in the movie, but Fuego, when it was just
it's true. It's true.
Fuego was good. Like they made do without Raven on that.
What was so funny about that is that Fuego came out around the same time as when they did Chicken Little, and they had all of the advertisements for like Shake Your Tail Feather by the Cheetah Girls.
Oh,
so you were either seeing Shake a Tail Feather for the Chicken Little movie or Fuego.
No music from One World. I think they had the One World, like the indie song, but there weren't many.
There was no life in that movie because, first of all, Galleria was the only reason why any of them were anywhere. For being honest,
because she was the only one committed to them actually being something.
Yeah,
she was gonna put in the work.
It doesn't work if she's not in it. Like, they tried, They did a good effort. It just didn't hit.
It did not hit at all. And I think like they tried to make it seem like who's gonna be the new leader. It was gonna be Adrian. She's the next one up.
Yeah,
It was not gonna be Keely or what's her
Dorinda.
face? Sabrina. Yeah. I was just saying their actual names. But yeah, it wasn't gonna be one of them. It was gonna be Adrian. So moving on. That was very quick. Uh next up we have
Lemonade Mouth versus Halloweentown High. I know the 2000 peeps are gonna be hurt by this, but I'm ditching Lemonade Mouth and I'm going with Halloweentown High.
I was really hoping you were gonna say that. Oh my! I think like Lemonade Mouth came out in the 2010s though.
It did. But
So
like the people that were born in the 2000s, for whatever
yeah,
reason, really fucking love Lemonade Mouth. I
it was
don't
like
quite get it.
it was among the last like good DCOMs. It was like
Yeah,
Lemonade Mouth, Teen Beach Movie, Descendants. Like that was kind of
exactly.
the last good run for Disney Channel original movies. So they cling on to it because they want to be involved with us, 90s
Golden
babies who
age people, the golden
who,
age.
who were living
Everyone
and
knows the
remembering.
golden age of DCOMs was like 2005 to 2007. If you
Mhm.
were a wee babe at that time, you didn't get to see them when they came out, which is unfortunate for you, but
But
it's great
great.
for me.
Great for me. So, but yeah, I have to agree. Halloween Town High, just such a good movie.
Mm.
Could not give you couldn't pay me to really care about Lemonade Mouth the way that some people care about Lemonade Mouth. I'm just so sorry.
Determinate, determinate. That's all I remember though.
See, even Bridget, what's her face? Bridget Mendler, she's
Yeah.
at MIT right now. She's not thinking about Lemonade Mouth. So neither should we.
Like, I love Bridget Mendler. The way I was bopping Hurricane, bopping Blonde, I have her EP. That's a lie, I don't. But like, I do have it on Spotify. I don't own the physical copy.
Oh my gosh.
I
I
do
have her.
have it on
No, I
Spotify.
don't. Who are you lying to? Why did
I
you
don't know. I really don't know.
be
I do
like,
have it on Spotify though.
I was gonna be like, go get it. Let me see it. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Halloweentown High moves on. Next up, and I feel like this might be a hard one for you, Momo. I'm sorry.
I'm. It is kind of hard because I learned how to cook from watching this movie, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, and the food looked so good. But also,
Did
like,
get a
Get a
clue.
Clue was for the girls. It was for the girlies.
It was for the girl. The problem is, like you said, if it had Amanda Bynes, it would have been too powerful.
It would have been way too powerful. It would have been a god tier movie. It wouldn't have come out on Disney Channel. It would
No,
have
it would
been
have got
in
a
theaters.
theatrical release. Theatrical release.
Absolutely. And the girls would have been lining up for days. It would have been like Harry Potter craze all over again.
That would have been our Joker, pretty much.
That would have been our Joker.
I think if they had Amanda Bynes playing like a bitchy character opposite Lindsay, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, get out of here. So they couldn't do that. But
Yeah.
my vote is for Get a Clue, just because that is the most unabashedly, or amongst the most unabashedly girly movies.
What's so funny is if Sleepover was made at this time, with the height of the Amanda Bynes and like Lindsay Lohan hype, it would have been starring Lindsay Lohan and Amanda Bynes.
But then they got Alexa Vega. What were the other three? I just know Alexa Vega was in Sleepover.
I could not tell you. It was Alexa Vega and the rest.
Alexa Vega and them. So, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. We hardly knew you. Basically, High School
Actually,
Musical.
I think Sarah Paxton was in that movie.
Was Sarah Paxton in
Sarah
Sleepover?
Paxton was like the mean girl in Sleepover.
She was. She was.
But that would have been Amanda Bynes, and then the main character would have been Lindsay Lohan, probably.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. I'm so sorry, but when you go against a top tier movie such as Get a Clue,
Yeah,
you're just not gonna survive, babe. I'm so sorry. Next up we have
Stuck in the Suburbs versus Halloweentown 2.
Counterparts were.
Bobby, thoughts and feelings.
Thoughts and feelings are that Stuck in the Suburbs was a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer for me. I liked Halloweentown 2 Calabar's Revenge. I like the aspect of like the villain's trying to, he's mad because he couldn't get with the mom. Like, because I think the whole thing was like they dated, but she ended up then going on to date and then marry their dad.
Yeah,
And so he's
like the
like
human.
pissed about that. Which, get over it. But Stuck in the Suburbs, I mean, it's a Panabaker supremacy on this end. I'm just saying. But
and we had to save some of like the best ones for part 2 because obviously we didn't have cowbells, we didn't have read it and
Twitches,
we didn't have twitches, but those will be seen in part 2.
Yes, they absolutely will. This part 2, that's what I'm saying. I think it's evenly matched, but part 2 has some real gems in there. Let me tell you.
Exactly.
But Stuck in the Suburbs? Are we going forward with Stuck in the Suburbs?
Oh yeah, Stuck in the Suburbs. That one scene in the beginning made me be like, this is what my teenage friendships will look like.
Close your
It didn't.
Wish, just believe you can kiss. Kinda have faith in you. I wonder if Taran Killam can actually sing. I feel like he can.
I'd be shocked.
I'm pretty sure that was probably his actual voice. Maybe it probably wasn't. No one Disney.
I didn't even know it was Taran. First of all, the way they tried to pass off Taran Killam as a teen heartthrob.
They gave him.
And we believed it. We believed it. We ate it up. I mean, like, I wasn't head over heels for him, but I didn't think it was weird.
You were like, yeah, I could.
Yeah, I was like, sure.
All right, why not? I guess.
But now as an adult, I'm like, they really tried to make. They really passed that off to us. At least it wasn't like that one DCOM Starstruck with the Chad Michael Murray.
No, that's
Chad Michael Cooper. That man was not hot.
He was not. He just had a very angular face, and they said, "There you go, perfect." And it's like, no, he's just bony. That's it. Oh,
all right. God. This one, the Cheetah Girls 2, is one of the best of the Cheetah Girls movies, if not the best, depending on who you ask.
It's the best to me. I think it goes. It's 2, 1, 3 for me.
I think it's 1, 2, 3 for me because I really like the Cinderella song.
Well, see, okay, I also do like Cinderella, but I just think story-wise, like as far as the movie itself, sans songs, is a little bit stronger, kind of.
I agree.
But the thing is, you can't go wrong if you have 1 or 2 in your top slot because those are both the movies produced by Whitney Houston. Just saying.
If you say 3 is your favorite, you're lying.
You're lying. You're lying because 3 is no one's favorite. It's no one's favorite, so don't lie. But The Color of Friendship.
What's your thoughts and feelings, Bobby?
I did enjoy it. It, like you said, it did teach me a lot more about the apartheid state in South Africa than school did. I remember watching it every year and just being like, okay, this was good. This was good history, a good historical moment. It didn't make me feel weird, but it was just like every time the South African girl would say something like kind of like slick racist, I would be like, But the black girl would get her together. Like she would really like not let shit slide. So it ended up working out in the end. But I mean,
I don't think they went on to do anything else in Disney Channel.
No, they did not. That was it. They came in for the movie and they went out when the movie was done.
Yep. So Cheetah Girls 2 it is.
Cheetah Girls 2. I think anything that's coming against Cheetah Girls, it has to be a heavy contender, but I don't know if we have that many heavy contenders left. That's the problem in this round, at least. But I don't know.
They never wore cheetah print. They only wore like what, jaguar print?
It was like leopard. They should have been the leopard girls.
That doesn't really flow the same way.
Because cheetah has a little bit. There's something about it. It's like cheetah girls. Like
the jaguar girls is
it's too much. It's too much in your mouth. Cheetah girls.
The jaguar girls Jaguar Sisters.
Jaguar girls, Jaguar
Jaguar
sisters.
Sisters. Oh
It doesn't.
no.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Oh gosh, no. Okay, weird matchup, but
Obvious answer.
is it?
Yeah.
Because I know you like the other movie.
Like, I don't like it enough to. I'm not insane. I know
Okay.
High School Musical is an objectively better movie.
Momo,
Well, maybe
I
not
have to.
objectively better, but I just know it is the obvious choice here. The way it had a grip on me, like I have to pick it. Like, Don't Look
Yeah,
Under the Bed is probably like objectively better writing and more creative, but the way High School Musical was my personality.
it was. It was mine too. One of the first albums that I ever bought
Mhm.
for myself on my silver iPod Nano, it was the first Hannah Montana soundtrack for season 1, and it was the High School Musical soundtrack. And the High School Musical soundtrack, if you owned it, it had instrumental tracks. So you could sing Breaking Free, both parts, and I definitely
You could sing
I
the duet all by yourself.
you
You
sure
could
can.
sing Bop to the Top, which was vaguely incestuous, depending on which version you wanted to
Depending
sing,
on who you ask.
depending on
But
who you asked.
it was good though.
It was.
Like when it came to Ryan and Sharpay, they were about production value, and
Ooh, I don't know why I can't hear you, Bobby.
oh no,
Oh, no, you're back. I hear you now.
okay. I was just saying when it comes to Ryan and Sharpay, they valued production,
They
and for
did.
that, I can't ever find a villain in production value. I'm just so sorry, I can't do that. All right, this
I
one
agree.
again, a bit of an easy one, but I know you really like Christmas.
I really liked The Ultimate Christmas Present. I really did like that movie, but I understand if you want to push Camp Rock through. Like, I understand if it doesn't make it past round 2. I just really enjoyed that movie.
Here's the thing with Camp Rock, I think I like the music more than I like the movie. Because the
I could see
songs,
that.
if you put the Jonas Brothers in something, especially around that time with like 4th, 5th grade Bobby, I was gobbling it up.
Yeah. I think that's
And
probably why I wasn't super attached to it, because I didn't really care for the Jonas Brothers. I was just like, it's not my vibe. I don't even know what I was listening to around that time, but it wasn't the Jonas Brothers.
I would like to remind the audience that Momo's favorite Jonas brother is Kevin because no one liked Kevin. That was the reason that she
Yeah.
gave.
Yeah,
It was pity like.
it was a pity, like, honestly. But I did recognize the bop that was Year 3000. That was such a good one.
It was. I didn't realize until later in life that that was a cover. I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
that that
didn't
was
know
a song
either.
before that.
But it was a
Um,
good cover.
it was a. It's like a "I will always love you" situation. Not quite the
Exactly.
same, but it's like, oh, I didn't know that was a cover.
Mm.
Like it because it supersedes the original, even though the original "I Will Always Love You" by Dolly Parton is amazing. I'm gonna push through Camp Rock.
I know. Bye, Ultimate Christmas Present. I love you so much. Such a fun
I think
movie.
I think it got as far as it was going to
Yeah,
get.
I respect that. I'm okay with that.
You know what? I feel like in 2022 we're practicing compromise on the tournament. And
I
I'm
think it's because I'm not super into movies, so I'm a lot easy. It's okay for me to compromise on them, but like, I love TV so much, it's hard.
well, these are like TV movies.
Yeah, but these are still movies.
Yeah, but they were exclusively shown on TV shows. They weren't in like theaters.
I know. It's just that I don't really care for movies in general, if it's on TV or not.
Fair. That's fair. And our last lineup for round 2, we really
Yeah.
sped through this one.
Okay.
2 magic movies.
2 magic
Showing up
movies.
for each other.
I know what everyone wants me to say,
Oh
but I'm
my
gonna
god.
be a bit of a contrarian here.
I know you're not about to say now you see it.
I really
Momo.
like Now You See It. I know
I mean-
Wizards is the one that's probably gonna make it through, but I do want to say I really loved how camp this objectively bad movie was. Nothing about this movie made any sense. And I love that. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm pretty sure they did film it in like an actual abandoned place.
Wow. That's a commitment to the bit for
Right?
sure.
And I loved how this movie made no sense at any point in time. That is my favorite thing about it.
Um, Listen, the ball's in your court in this one. I don't care about the Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie, as much. I like the show a lot better than I like the movie.
I didn't care for the movie. I didn't
The movie
really.
was
I
just
watched the
okay.
show. I don't know.
Yeah.
I could say I loved the show. I think there were other shows I preferred to Wizards of Waverly Place, but I recognized its spot in Disney Channel. I
I
just
think
didn't love it.
I liked Wizards of Waverly Place because I liked Alex as a character that wasn't like the overtly positive protagonist. Like I liked that she was very sarcastic and like very dry. So I like the TV show a hell of a lot better. And the theme song, that was a moment. Like that was a thing. That was a moment in time. The movie, I'm kind of take it or leave it on. So if you want Now You See It to go through, Now You See It can go through. I'm
Really,
extending this to you.
I kind of want Now You See It to go through. Like, it shouldn't get this far because it is objectively a bad movie, but it is so camp. It's camp.
I just I love that you love this movie so much
Yeah.
because it doesn't make sense to
It
me.
doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Like, can you read the premise again, just in case people forgot? Because it is
Now you
such a forgettable movie.
it's I can only find a one sentence synopsis on this movie. It is a budding producer searches the country for the searches for the country's best young magician. That's it. It's a big magic contest.
Yeah. Nothing in this movie made sense. Like, the premise, completely forgotten by like Act 2. It's a completely different movie. And then there's like a magic battle, and the main character disappears. And that's it. Then the movie's over. It makes no sense. I really suggest you watch it. It's amazing. It's amazing how bad it is. I love it.
I appreciate um I appreciate that they just were like fuck it with this movie. They didn't care what
It
it
didn't
was
get a
about.
sequel, even though like how it ended did allude to having one. I think people were just like, "What the fuck was that movie?" That they're just like, "Oh, okay, I guess like we'll leave it here, leave it at that."
Leave it at that. Um I think what as I get the second round prepped and ready
No,
to
third
go.
round.
Third round.
Yeah.
Because I know math. Um what are some DCOMs that didn't make it into this part that
Mm.
you are excited to see for the next part? Like what are
Read It
some of
and
those?
Weep and Cowbells. I really love those movies. I don't know why. I think I just really liked Ali and AJ and the
That's
Panabakers. I think that's it.
Hey Pennebaker in this one, right?
Kay Panabakers and Read It and Weep.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to think what other ones are there. Oh, we didn't have like the 13th year, we didn't have Luck of the Irish,
Yeah.
which were golden age. And when I was a
Twisters.
kid, they played those two all the freaking time.
They sure did. Those were like the last of the like late 90s,
Yeah.
2000s decoms that they were just kind of churning out very quickly that had some type of longevity. Like I remember watching Luck at the Irish every fucking St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Because it was interesting. It's like he turns into a fish because
No, no, no.
well, that was 13.
That's
That
13th
was the
year.
13th year. Look at the Irish. It's different. I got it.
I was just like, no, 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 no.
As soon as I said, I was like, that's not
Nope.
it. The 13th year
That's
is when
wrong.
he turns 13. This dude, he turns 13 and then he turns into a fish.
He turns into a mermaid. And I was a mermaid girl. I loved mermaids. So
Are you a big fan of like The Little Mermaid?
I liked it. I did enjoy The Little Mermaid. I think I
Oh.
kind of liked The Little Mermaid 2 better. That's again contrarian opinion, I guess.
But you know what? It's contrarian, but I've heard that. I've heard a lot of people liking Little Mermaid 2. I think it was like Return to the Sea or something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like when her daughter is now like wants to be a mermaid or something like that.
they just basically took the first movie, reversed it, had
Mhm.
Ariel's daughter and
Daughter.
Ursula's sister, and they were like, "Let's do it again. Let's
Let's run the whole thing in reverse.
let's." This was kind of a banger the first time. Let's
Yeah,
do it again.
run it in
Um,
reverse. Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior, obviously.
I feel like is going to fly to the last round because
Oh
let me tell
yeah,
Wendy Wu. Oh gosh,
we should have
gosh.
had a sequel. We should have had a sequel. There should have been a franchise.
A lot of these we need to watch on Scener just because they're available on Disney Plus. Like I
Yeah,
need to see these movies again. I
the
really
way it
do.
would have been war if Tiger Cruise was available for streaming, but not Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior. Actual war.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
I would write a letter. I would write a strongly worded email. All
Also,
right.
Dad Napped is what I'm interested in talking about because that was the DCOM where there was like these teenagers that kidnapped Emily Osment's dad for like really no reason at all aside from the fact that they liked his comic book.
Interestingly enough, Dad Napped was in the first half
Oh,
of this.
really?
Um I took it out because I was like, who cares about Dad Napped? But apparently
I
you
don't
do. So
I think it's just like a movie that did not need to be made and I don't know why. I know why it was made. It was made because Emily Osment was going to be in it. But I don't think it needed to exist. Does that make
that is
sense?
very I think we need to have like a little mini in
Mhm.
memoriam segment of the DComs
Yeah.
that didn't make the part 1 and part 2 cut.
Um
'Cause
is
there's a
the
lot of weird
Proud
ones.
Family movie considered a decom?
It is a DCOM. It did
That's
not
going to
get a
be in part
theatrical.
2.
That is that's gonna be a hard one. That High School Musical 2, Read It and Weep, like it's so many
Man,
bangers in part 2.
bangers. High
It's
School
gonna be
Musical
hard.
2, I really think it's probably going to take it all because
I believe
that was such a good movie. We're
they
not gonna stop that. It's my plan. I give it up.
he when he was singing Bet on It, I was like, yeah,
He
you
meant
damn right I'm
every
gonna bet on it.
single word.
Every
Like,
syllable.
it's like catching lightning, the chances of finding someone like you. I gotta go my own way.
Mhm.
What's the one where they're in the kitchen? What's that one?
We gotta work,
Work it.
work this out, make things right this
The
time.
sun will shine.
The arguably the songs in High School Musical 2 might be better than High School Musical 1.
They
And
are
that's hard.
objectively better. Like,
It's a hard.
objectively, High School Musical 2 is the best one. Then it's 1, then it's 3, then it's 4.
There's a fourth one?
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
It's just 3 movies.
I
And
thought
then
there was
Sharpay's
4.
Fabulous Adventure. No, it's 3.
Really?
Because
I
their
swore
third
there
one is
was.
seen here.
Are you sure? I thought there was 4. Let me Google this real quick. I really
There's
thought there was
High School
4.
Musical, the musical, the series. But there's only 3 movies.
I thought there was 4.
No, it's 3, Basti. There's Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure. That was the 4th one. Yeah, but Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure is separate.
Oh, wait. There is a 4th movie coming out.
What the fuck would
What?
it be about?
Wait, no, just kidding. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. Nope, that is just, it was like a fan made thing.
Is it East meets West?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a fan made
Got-
thing. Just kidding.
It's got a director for some reason.
You know, I
don't know.
never saw Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure.
Neither did I. And
I
I
did not
really
even know
liked
that was a thing.
I did not care enough about this.
Yeah.
Okay. We should probably get going into the next
Yeah.
round. So the beginning of round 3, 4, 3.
3. I don't know if Halloweentown 2 is better than Camp Rock. Is it?
Oh wait, no. Sorry, this is not supposed to be Halloweentown 2. It's supposed to be Halloweentown High.
Oh, it is not. Halloweentown High is absolutely better than Camp Rock.
It is.
Absolutely better.
It is. I did not expect for Halloweentown High to go as far as it's gone, but it legitimately just is a good movie. Like
Yeah.
it's a good movie with like pretty like intense stakes, I would
Yeah,
say.
pretty high stakes, like solid themes. It was good.
It was really good. If you haven't seen it lately, you can watch that off of like Halloween season.
Oh
It's just a
yeah,
movie
it's
by
genuinely
itself.
good. Like Camp Rock, I don't know why that feels too summery to watch at any other point in time.
Yeah, if you watch it in the dead of winter, I think it would make you depressed.
Yeah.
It's gonna do something with your seasonal affective disorder if you
Mm,
have it. It's gonna it's not gonna be good.
yeah.
It's not gonna be good.
Mm-mm.
Um, but yeah, kind of shockingly, but also not because it's just legitimately a good movie. Um, High School Music, not High School Musical, Halloweentown High
Yeah.
advances on. This one is going to be easy, but for as much as you've defended this movie,
I don't even remember which movie I defended.
it's going to die a noble death, I think.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember. Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's going to die a noble death. There's no
Yeah.
way in hell Now You See It is going over Cheetah
Oh,
Girls
yeah.
2.
Cheetah Girls 2 is objectively a better
The
movie
best.
than Now You See It. Like, I already knew that Now You See It was not a good movie, but I can't justify it advancing ahead of the Cheetah Girls 2.
No. Can't do it. Cannot do it. So these last two are going to hurt both of us, I think. Our last two matchups are going to hurt both of us, I
I'm
think.
afraid.
If we could hold hands in this moment, we would be holding
Right.
hands for friendship
I'm
support.
holding your hand.
We're holding
Yeah.
hands because this is
Yeah.
bad. Okay, let me find it. All right. Next up, we have
Oh.
Kim
All right.
Possible.
I think I'm gonna go with Kim Possible, so the drama.
I am too. It hurts to
Like,
Stuck in the Suburbs.
It had two Disney Channel queens and Stuck the Suburbs. And apparently Taron Killam, I don't know why he's there, but he is. But Kim Possible, so the drama, the whole series was just building to that one moment. I gotta pick it.
You have to. That and like Kim Possible movie, so the drama had Kim in that like fucking badass white suit with the blue emblems and
Yeah.
shit.
Like, also, wasn't this the prom one? So they went to prom too?
Yeah, I think she was supposed to go with like the Eric guy, I think. I think his name was Eric. But then she ends up at the end going with Ron. And
Is this the one that they used like the naked mole rap to advertise?
I thought the naked mole rap was just in like an episode, but they
I don't
very
know.
well.
I wasn't sure. It's like
it was very catchy. It was very catchy.
What is that? That freaking thing.
Naked mole rat.
Yeah.
Funny thing about just a little bit of naked mole rat, Rufus centric trivia for you. The voice of Rufus is Nancy Cartwright, and Nancy Cartwright is the voice of Bart Simpson on The Simpsons.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. She also plays Chucky in the Rugrats too.
That sounds familiar.
She took over the role from Christine Cavanaugh, who was also the voice of Dexter from Dexter's Lab, but she passed away.
Oh.
Get
out of my laboratory.
Get out of my laboratory.
That was really good. That was actually really good.
Thank you. I've been practicing. So, you
should
Nancy.
pop out some voices for the D&D campaign.
Oh no.
If you are watching this and did not know, I am doing it's called Link's Magic is Wild. And Bobby is going to be playing one of the characters. And I'm going to be DMing. That's just a soft plug.
it is a soft plug, but I'm very excited to be involved, even though I've never played D&D in my life.
But oh, if that hurt. Oh
But
no,
I had to
no.
cut it,
Oh,
Momo.
my
It
butthole is clenched. Oh,
not your ass cheeks being clenched over this. My goodness.
oh. Oh, the D&D campaign, it will be on Lark Network's Twitch account in March.
Oh,
My God.
check us out. But yeah, this one hurts. This one hurts like a bitch, and I'll tell you why. High School Musical, amongst the best movie musicals of all time, I would say. But get a clue. Get a clue. An unabashedly girly ass movie. A prim and proper socialite from Manhattan who's solving crimes.
This is like Nancy Drew if she wasn't poor.
Exactly. Nancy Drew and Prada, basically.
Yeah. I don't know how they managed to pitch this movie and get it made, but also I don't know how Tiger Cruise was able to get made.
At this point, I don't question the pitching process for Disney Channel original movies. I just don't anymore. What gets made gets made.
I think I have to go with High School Musical though.
I do
Oh,
too.
Get a Clue will be back for when we do girly movies in March.
Yes, yes, it will.
But High School Musical was the moment. Was that girl?
Oh, it hurts. It hurts though because Get a Clue was so good. I think my body would
Stick
go
to the
into
status
shock.
quo, bop to the top. We're all in this together. I did what we're all in this together my senior year for our pep rally. I didn't choreograph it, but I like gave everyone the music. I guess I was the director, the program director for the pep rally.
Okay, go off.
That was like our peak thing. That was the grand finale. We all did. We're all in this together.
Kenny
If you
Ortega.
couldn't tell, I was a nightmare in high school.
I could not have. I couldn't. You could have fooled me, Bestie. You could have fooled me. Okay.
Bobby's like, you're still a nightmare, Bestie. Still a nightmare.
No. No. Anyways, so our top 4, if we wanted to continue on with ranking, our top 4 are High School Musical, The Cheetah Girls 2, Kim Possible Movie, So the Drama, and Halloweentown High.
Do you want to just award our top 4?
I think we should just award our top 4. If we were going to do kind of a ranking, my ranking would go The Cheetah Girls 2, High School Musical, Kim Possible Movie, and then Halloweentown High.
What were the 4 again? I forgot. I know it's High School Musical, Kim Possible, Cheetah Girls 2, and Halloweentown. I think I would put High School Musical as my number 1.
Wow, above Cheetah Girls 2?
And then like Cheetah Girls 2.
Okay.
And then which one? I would put Kim Possible at the bottom, and then not High School Musical. Oh my God, Halloweentown 3, Halloweentown High as my 3rd.
I think that's a good mix. But this is a top 4. This is probably amongst the top 4s that we've had that I'm most happy with.
I agree.
I love all of these.
We didn't have to fight to the death for any of these. We were just pretty much on the same page.
For the most, I think there was one where we were on the same page, but I don't think it was one that either of us cared about too much.
Yeah.
It was at the beginning. I don't remember.
I don't even remember what that was. But I agree. I think that should be our top 4.
I think it's a good mix.
Yes. Can you get our top 4 on the board? If you could just like put them vertically. You can cover up the VS because they're no longer verses. In no particular order, those are our top 4.
Top 4. Alrighty. But I think it was a good mix. Oopsies. Proud of that. Do you mind vamping a little bit while I get this up?
Oh, of course. So when we do our, I guess, part 2 of DCOMs, I think it's going to be just a little bit more aggressive because those just have like some of, I guess, like peak Disney Channel. We're gonna have the Proud Family movie, probably the Even Stevens movie, which is probably gonna get eliminated fairly early because who the hell remembers Even Stevens enough to fight for it?
I remember really liking the Even Stevens.
Really? Is it because
I
you like Shia LaBeouf?
no,
Okay.
no. I just remember I liked Christy Carlson Romano because I liked Kim Possible. Um, am I willing to defend it tooth and nail? It depends on what it's going up against. If I
It's fair.
legitimately don't think it should go up, like it should lose to something else,
Mhm.
then I will fight for it. But against like High School Musical 2, goodbye, Even Stevens. Like it's no competition.
High School Musical 2 is absolutely going to be in our top 4. Like there's just no fighting it. I think that's probably why we can't do like, oh, what's going to be the number one because it's always going to be High School Musical 2. What else is going to be there? I think we should probably include ones that might as well have just been DCOMs, the way they showed it as often as their actual programming. Like
Yeah,
Life Size. Life Size was
live.
a DCOM if I've ever seen one.
Oh, absolutely, it was. Absolutely, it was. They played it
All the
enough for it
time.
to be a decom. That's why I was shocked when it wasn't on the
Yeah.
list. But I feel like there was another one that they played a lot too, and I cannot remember what it is.
There was that one. Well, Quince was also one that they played. That was a DCOM actually.
That was a decom that also got cut because I was like, Quince.
Quince. There was also, what was that? There was another one that starred the like a little kid. No, it was the boy from Even Stevens, not Steven, but his friend, and he like wished his little brother away, and then his little brother became like some kind of famous child actor. And there was Lorraine from Lizzie McGuire in that movie as well. I don't remember what it was called.
I mean, Beans.
No,
Beans
it
from
wasn't Beans. No, it was Steven's best friend, the guy.
Twitty.
Twitty, yeah.
Okay.
And Miranda from Lizzie McGuire. That's why she wasn't in the Lizzie McGuire movie, because she was filming this DCOM. The Lizzie
Oh, and she.
McGuire movie also might as well just be a DCOM.
No, it should. It's for as much as they played it on Disney Channel.
It might as well be.
Yeah, I think we should definitely include that one for sure. These are not gonna all fit, but that's fine. But I'm trying to think what was the name of that fucking movie. So I feel like I kept seeing things that I was like, oh yeah, this was a decom, and then I was like, no, it was not a decom.
Probably not going to include Buffalo Dreams, which was only a little bit less offensive than Tiger Cruise.
Just by a hair.
By virtue of how like blatantly offensive Tiger Cruise was, it was just this much less offensive.
I think Tiger Cruise, it was
offensive. Oh, we forgot. Oh my god. Si se puede, si se puede. What was that one? Gotta Kick It Up.
Gotta Kick It Up. That's in part 2. That's in part 2. Oh my gosh, I love Gotta Kick It Up.
Fucking love that movie.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's my favorite. I was like, I want to put it in this one.
Motocross as well. And we didn't have any of the Johnny Capahala movies.
Yeah, I didn't give a fuck about Johnny Capahala. I'm so sorry.
My mom loved those series. She loved them.
I just couldn't get into it.
I mean, I loved the idea of snowboarding and like, not basketball. What's the one where you snowboard but on water? Surfing. Surfing, and skateboarding.
Where you snowboard on water.
On water and surfing.
Athletic fucking athlete du jour. Momo is scary.
And like, I forgot the word for surfing. I'm just like, you snowboard on water.
It's the same thing.
High School Musical, The Cheetah Girls 2, Kim Possible movie So the Drama, and Halloweentown High are officially awarded the Peabody, the official unofficial award of the tournament, which is, yes, it's a play on the Peabody, but they can't sue us because it is parody. But thank you. so much for watching and tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube because you didn't catch the stream, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. We will see you in 2 weeks. Bobby will not be here for the tournament, but we will have a special guest for the tournament cooking TV. So all of you fans of the Food Network cooking channel, or just, I guess, that one guy that says BAM, is that Emerald? Yeah. Tune in. We're happy to see you. All right. We'll see you next time. Well, you can also tune in on Saturday to see us. But we're not going to be doing the tournament.
No. It's a roundup. But if you like the tournament, week after next, but I won't be here. So if you like me in the tournament, just wait until February.
We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.